All right, let's do this intro. This is welcome. This is the Baker Bro Show. This is a name in progress. Bear with us. Yeah, he doesn't like it.
No, it's not that I don't like
Shut up.
Okay.
It's a good name.
it. Okay.
Whatever. Welcome.
We
Thank
sound
you.
like the Mario Brothers.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. I have cats. This has been a work in progress for a while. We've been talking about doing this for a while. We really appreciate you guys joining in if you have and tuning in. We are currently on IG. We are on YouTube. So you can use those two avenues to get in touch with us and check out our content. Get out of here, cat. Go. Get.
The cat is going through the cabinet doors
Let me step over all your
and then
wires.
decides to walk through the
Dog.
wires.
Unbelievable. But yeah, we are starting this a little late. We've talked about this for a few years, so this is our first episode. This will be airing on Friday, March 31st, 2023. So again, thank you for joining. Stick with us on this journey. This is gonna build a lot from here. So
This is actually my final.
this is our final episode.
and
This
I'm
is
never
the
doing
season
this
finale.
again. So
Thanks for coming, buddy.
thanks for all the support and the years of
no content, no views.
and just commenting and tuning in. We're really humbled by all the things that you've created for us. So
I think he meant to say "bummed out" was the name that he wanted.
bummed out. That'd be a great
Humbled
podcast
or bummed
name.
out?
Bummed out. And people just tune in and
Bummed
they're bummed out because they're watching this. But they don't turn; they just watch it. They're just
All right.
upset about it.
Okay, so intro out of the way. We have some
Well, it
topics.
can't really be an intro if you did it like 45 minutes.
Well, here's
into
the point, though, is that we're not. It's not. This isn't going to be always so structured.
It's a mid-tro.
In the this is our midtro.
Mid-tro. We should coin that.
Medio metro.
That sounds like a VHS rental.
It
place
means
from back
half
in the day.
a meter, or something like that. My
You can't cough on the podcast.
I just did. My homie calls another short cat at work that medio metro.
That's and actually, I don't think I've ever heard
That's
that
funny.
word.
It's
in my entire
Spanish.
life. Is it?
It's Spanish.
Okay. It doesn't sound Spanish at all.
You're dumb.
That's true too.
What do you want to get into? You want to talk about aliens? You want to talk about the whole thing going on right now, or do you want to get? You guys want to get into our backstory?
I think backstory.
All right, let's
and
go
we can
backstory.
go aliens another day.
Okay, let's go. Let's start from kind of where we're from. Both born and raised in the same household. Oddly enough, children.
Yeah, it was a weird situation. I didn't choose this.
And no, we didn't choose this.
I'm the oldest of 4, 2 half brothers.
I thought you were joking for a second. We do have 2 more brothers. That's right.
Yeah, you got
We're
bigger spectrum.
Bay Area kids. We grew up in Northern California.
707, say it backwards.
Yep. Grew up in Fairfield, California.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's kind of where our story began. We were, I think like a lot of kids, we were born in Vallejo, lived there.
Well, I don't think a lot of kids, but
No, a lot of kids.
Well, a lot of because Kaiser
were
was there
born at
during
Kaiser,
the
exactly.
80s,
Born,
yeah.
A lot of kids were born. I was born in Kaiser. So both born at Kaiser. Grew up in Vallejo for
about 10 years.
You did. So I was about 6.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Parents divorced, which was a whole nother rabbit hole, but
Yeah, I think that's pretty common.
yeah, for our generation.
Yeah. But yeah, we're I guess you're prototypical Bay Area kids. We are definitely sports fans of the area. We're definitely Warriors fans. We're Giants fans. I think football is obviously interesting thing in our family.
Yeah, even amongst my friends, it's hilarious the story of how these things happen.
Yeah.
It's almost silly to even go about, but I think it's important to recognize that our dad is a Redskins fan,
Commanders.
not from
The
not from-
Commanders.
yeah, well, I guess I had to take a look at it because of like our childhood and how we grew up. So it's always going to be Redskins, but yes, the Commanders is what
Yeah.
they are now. But that's what we knew. And Dad grew up loving Cowboys and Indians and always sided with the Indians, oddly enough. And literally, that's the story of how I became a Redskin fan.
That's
or
so
a
funny.
Commanders fan. So it's
Our dad's for the people, y'all.
then I think that's kind of how we grew up. We that was our football team, but without getting too into the goriness, there was just some experiences I think that we had with Dad that were maybe frustrating or less desirable. And I think at some point we grew up and we decided to kind of pick our own teams. And it was about 95 at this time.
It was 93. 93, they started to announce the expansion teams. I think Carolina was the first to get one.
Yeah.
And then 94, Jacksonville got you.
Yeah, so as a 10-year-old kid, as corny as it was cool. That was like a Black Panther team. That was a football team. That's really literally the only reason I picked it.
Same.
Yeah.
I liked Cats.
It was
I liked
just
Jaguars.
it just seemed cool. So I mean, at 10 years old, it seemed like reasonable to
It's
make
funny
this
they went Big Cats again. They went
Yeah.
Big Cat with like the expansion teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess they were just looking for some goddamn mascot, and sure enough,
They're-
it was Cats.
They're extremely, I'd say, one of the most popular. I think I saw a list of top 10 like high school mascot names recently, and
It's gotta be-
Vikings.
Yep.
Um,
Spartans.
I don't know. I can't remember Spartans. I know Vikings. Jaguars were on there. Pretty sure the Panthers were on
That
there.
would make sense.
I want to say
Some kind of bird, hawk, falcon.
the Eagles. Or-
yeah,
something
it's
like
gotta be
that.
Cat,
So,
the Pixies as well. There's going to be a Pixie team out there.
So yeah, we're quite eccentric on the football side. I think just you obviously inspired me to pick a new football team because I was just you're my big brother, so I was kind of following. I wanted to copy you and do everything you did, so I picked a new team as well. So we've been there for
Yeah.
every up and down of our NFL franchises.
And boy,
So
has it
fuck
been a
you
roller
bandwagon
coaster.
fans who are fucking Cowboy fans from your one playoff
Don't do
win in the
that.
last
Don't
30
do
years.
that.
I'm joking.
You're going to
It's fine.
isolate us.
I know.
No, okay. No, it's okay to talk shit. So.
No, it's we've experienced it all. So compared to fans who have never actually seen their team A, win championships, or B, play in their infancy days. You know what I mean? It's something that we've been kind of lucky to experience and watch our teams from the first snap.
You know,
what I mean?
whatever. Like, that's what?
Dude, are you want to leave?
I should-
Whatever,
I
dude.
should have started
Jesus
drinking.
Christ.
Just smack the mic away. No, I think all that matters is we picked the team, right? It is what it is. Like, you really can't go back on it. And I don't have really any regrets. Like, it's been fun watching a team watch its birth and then watch its growth through the league. Do I get a lot of hate from my friends or from strangers who have no idea why I grew up in the Bay Area and I'm goddamn Carolina fan?
Right.
It makes no sense. And trust me, sometimes I don't understand it myself.
There
But
is-
10-year-old me
There's-
understood it at the time.
People do have this rule, and I think I've seen it on Pat McAfee show, that you can't be a fan of a team outside your like hometown area.
Yeah, I hear this a lot too. It's like, how could you?
I'm gonna say we get a free pass on that because our teams had never played a snap before. Okay, we're talking about brand new teams. Yes, they're in different states. They're on the East Coast. We're West Coast kids, but
But we also grew up in a household.
we never had that structure.
Yeah, where
Our
Dad
father was
wasn't a Niner
also
fan already, so
Dad was also a fan of a team across the country. So
which
we never
he didn't grow up in Washington. So.
exactly we never had that standard.
Yeah.
We had a Pittsburgh fan. We had a Washington fan.
Grandpa's a Niner fan.
Grandpa's a Niners fan.
Our little brother's a Seattle fan.
A Seattle, Detroit fan. Fucking.
Don't make fun of him.
No, he likes all the teams. No, he does. Our younger brother is a sports fanatic.
Yeah, through and through.
He will talk to you about any sport, about
To death.
anything you probably don't know about. He is going to be our sports guy on here. So
And
go see him
versatile.
soon.
I mean, he knows everything and everyone.
A baker through and through,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Once they latch onto something,
Jesus.
yeah, they'll let him go.
So yeah, Bay Area kids, we didn't have a choice in baseball. Baseball's a different story. We were all Giants fans.
Yeah, everybody's a Giants fan.
Which I think just comes with the territory. Football's one thing for Bay Area sports fans. The Raiders have moved around. They were in LA. They've kind of had a story. They've had a very storied franchise, just like the Niners. They have moved around a bit, and they have a massive fan base. They have a very good traveling fan base. They're one of those fan bases.
It's massive.
You can be a Raiders fan anywhere.
Yes.
And probably not get that shit of like, oh, you're in Minnesota. How you? You're a fan of what? You're not a Vikings fan? Oh, you're a Raiders fan? Okay, I can
there's a few
understand
teams that I think
You're a
transition.
Yankees fan? Oh, I can understand
Yes,
that.
and a Cowboys fan. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well said.
But we didn't have a choice as far as baseball. Everybody in our family is Giants fans.
Yeah, really.
And I feel like even though it didn't have necessarily likes, like I don't root for the Niners, I don't root for the Raiders. But we don't root against those teams per se. When those teams are playing anybody other than our teams, we're definitely not rooting for them to lose or anything like that.
I would say that I do root for the Niners or the Raiders. I mean, I have all my friends are either Niners or Raiders fans. So, like when the Niners are doing good, I will support them.
Yeah.
There's a few non-Niner fans that I know that when they don't support them at all, it's just nothing but hate. But for me, like I don't mind it. I'm from the Bay Area, so when they're doing good, it's easy to support. It's fun to support
It
my
goes
friends.
both ways. Yeah,
When
I'll
I'm
talk
out-
shit about them too. I'll talk shit
Yeah,
about
well,
those
yeah,
teams to
it's-
my
there's-
friends who are Niners. Raiders
My
fans,
friends are
whatever, but-
brutal. My friends are brutal for me being a Carolina fan, so there's no love lost.
Yeah, well, none of our teams have been very successful lately.
Yeah,
so.
and even when they are, they don't win the big games.
Yeah.
So.
God damn it,
The big game.
We're
Who's
two,
this, the big
we're two
game?
games away.
Who's this goddamn?
Somebody who's probably never been there before. We call it the big one. This is a big one. This is a big one. But yeah, we you know, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of sports teams in the Bay Area. I think A's are about to be gone. So
Yeah, that's a travesty for me.
It's disgusting.
And I really blame ownership on that one. I think they had every opportunity. And look, you're not going to convince the city of Oakland to pay tax dollars when they have enough trouble to worry about to build a new stadium. And while I do love the idea of it being in downtown and Jack London would be a gorgeous place for a ballpark, I feel really sad for the city of Oakland. I mean, losing all your sports teams is really unfortunate. And now, be it the Warriors are just across the water, it's not like they've gone to a whole nother, state or anything like that. But I think
have you been to Chase Center?
I have not yet. Well, I mean,
They have priced out their.
I know
a
that
lot of
we've
their
talked.
fans.
Yeah, we've talked
You know
about
what I mean?
this extensively, and it's a business. They're not stupid.
It's the same reason why it's
They're not
so
stupid.
expensive going to Giants games.
Yes,
It is
Yeah.
tough
Mhm.
to spend
Mhm.
$300, albeit
if you have a family, depending on what you're looking at. But yes,
we're drinking at least 4 or 5 beers when we're there.
You know,
So it's on us that we spend so much money
you
there.
don't have to.
But
do
the
that.
prices in the first place are ridiculous, and we know that.
They know that you're going to pay those prices when you go there.
100%.
So,
100%.
but yeah, like
100%. 100%. Fucking Bert Kreischer.
yeah, I know. But yeah, like so, I know we kind of rambled on about the sports thing. But yeah, growing up in the Bay Area, I think you have the prototypical sports fan for the most part, outside of the two teams.
Well, you were born in 85.
85.
I was born in 89.
Mm-hmm.
So we are, put this in context, we grew up in the Bay Area in the early 90s.
Yes.
So we were running around with Too Short, smoking fatties,
Literally.
driving caddies, and fucking on daddies.
What?
Okay, what?
You're fucking on dudes?
Oh, I'll fuck your dad. Don't bring your dad to my house if you don't want to get fucked. Okay. Anyways,
That was weird, bro.
don't be weird about it.
Cut
Don't
that,
be
cut
worried
that,
about
cut
it.
that,
Not
cut
online.
that, cut that.
So, you son of a bitch.
Oh, did I pinch your stuff? I move a lot, you know?
You
I'm a fidgeter.
You've been fidgeting and you need to chill because you might be creating sounds and stuff. This is done. I'm done. So yeah, 90s Bay Area. I mean, not very different from today, other than the social standards of what it is. But we definitely watched where we grew up. Population increased massively.
Oh, yeah.
We've watched the town kind of like half that town looks completely different now.
Yeah, there's been some development, but I mean, so I say this because I moved away when I was 18, and I bounced around from Daly City to Napa, Berkeley, and now living in San Francisco for 7 years now. When I come back to Fairfield, it's Fairfield. When I come back to Vallejo, it's always the same. And
Yeah.
that's a semblance with every city, but it still feels like home. Like you come home and
Feels old.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, well, there's so much goddamn history that you've established
Right.
at the places. But yeah, I mean, some things don't look the same for sure, or have developed and have evolved, where it's not recognizable. I remember there was a lot of fields. I remember there being a lot of space.
A lot of fucking open fields.
And now it's all filled with like townhomes or
It really is.
Mhm.
Townhomes,
apartments, or new structures.
shopping centers.
That's
shit
a
like
weird.
that.
That's a weird thing. That's a weird thing to see. That the urbanization continues.
We are from a time where in Fairfield we remember the drive-in movie theater, the bowling alley, schools that were open that have shut down. My middle school's not even a school anymore.
Wait, where'd you go?
Sullivan.
Sullivan's not a middle school?
Sullivan shut down like 10 years ago.
Are you serious? I
Yeah,
didn't even know
the
this.
buildings are still there. I don't know what they use them for now, but Sullivan was just shut down.
Oh, this is blowing my mind. I did not know
Schools-
this. Or maybe I just forgot it.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that crazy? Like
feels
schools shutting down? What
Yeah.
the fuck are we doing?
What was the one? Because Rodriguez opened like 2002, 2003, something around there. No, a little bit. It had to be like year 2001, 2002.
How does that make sense?
I don't know. But what was the other one in Cordelia? There was another school in Cordelia, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
In
Anyways,
Cordelia?
yeah. There was another middle school out there, and then that one shut down, and they moved it.
I don't know.
Anyways, it's irrelevant. But yes, it is an odd thing that schools just end up shutting down.
Yeah.
But I know that it's because they got new development, so new schools have been open since then. But it's odd because what other school has been open since Sullivan?
I don't know. I think it was just budget issues, is what it was.
That sounds scary.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
Because now
Budget
you're
issues.
stuffing kids into larger
40
classrooms.
kids in a classroom and fucking teaching them nonsense. Yeah, so this is the background of where this is getting started. We're two Bay Area kids getting this started in our 30s. So, a little late, but...
Great time to pick it up.
Why the fuck not, right?
We're like the dudes who came at the end of the gold rush, who waited 10 years to get there, and then all they could do was pan
What?
for dust. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then we got nothing. We got some Levi jeans though. And I
We
think-
discovered friendship.
And I think we got eaten by a bear. That's kind of I think our trajectory of what we're going. Discovered friendship. No.
Let's see here.
We found the cave to like the Anunnaki and
That would be fire.
a mask that turned out to be cursed or brought about the 7 horsemen of the apocalypse. I don't know. Something along that line would be a great movie, I guess. Or trajectory.
You just described Escape from LA. Starring
Great movie.
Patrick Swayze and guest starring Patrick Ewing.
It's actually Kurt Russell.
Is it Kurt Russell? It is Kurt
Patrick
Russell.
Swayze.
God damn it. It's like they're the same guy, though. They're almost the same
Sometimes
person.
I feel like that feathered hair, the long hair that they
Patrick
had at one
Russell?
point.
Kurt Swayze?
Kurt Swayze. Kurt Swayze is kind of saucy.
Dog, Kurt Swayze?
Kurt Swayze.
Would fuck
First of all,
every
Swayze as a
woman
last
in
name.
the world.
Swayze as a
dog.
last name is fire.
Is that his real last name? Is that a stage
It
name?
could be. I feel like they all do have a stage name. Nick Cage is a stage name.
Paul Rudd.
Is it?
Paul Rudd is the stage name.
What? I don't understand.
Rudd.
Yeah.
I think it's like it has to do with what's the what is it when a word sounds good?
Good sounding word.
That's it. That's it.
That's not what I said. I don't know. What is a good sounding word? Elegant? It's
No, well,
catchy?
it's not alliteration because that's saying words with the same letter.
Yeah,
starting.
like the vernacular.
And it's not an onomatopoeia because that is when the word sounds like what it makes the sound. Boom, pow is an onomatopoeia because you're making that's a pow. It's a sound.
I thought onomatopoeia was a country.
Dog.
Wasn't the onomatopoeia empire?
The Ottoman onomatopoeia empire. That's right. I believe they were.
It's where
prevalent.
Ottomans. Ottomans were
They came from
invented.
Croatia, if I'm not mistaken.
Croatia, or is it Croatia?
You know, it'd be dope if we just restarted Persia right now.
Well, first of all,
Let's-
modern day
first of
Persia
all,
is Iran. I don't think you want to go there.
Let's free Tibet
Put Tibet to bed.
and then turn it into modern day Persia. Main export purses and main import pussy.
Okay, you lost me there. Everything was funny and
Okay,
cool up to
whatever.
that point.
Fuck you then.
Importing vagina? Or
Why
talking
would
about
you
cats?
not?
Wouldn't it
Why would
already
you
be there?
not?
Wouldn't it already be there?
No. There's nothing but monks
In
in
Tibet?
Tibet, dude. There's nothing but monks.
But they would run out eventually, so how are they making new monks? Think about that.
They bring them in.
From where?
Second biggest import, monks, dude. Stick with me, dude. Stick with me. I'll take you to the top.
Do you remember the show Monk? That was filmed in San Francisco.
It wasn't actually filmed
That
in
was
San
me.
Francisco.
I mean, yeah, probably.
It was filmed in
Well,
Ontario.
no, actually, I've seen a few episodes that showed some scenes of San Francisco. But yeah,
Green screen.
Here's here's an interesting fact. A lot of movies that use San Francisco as their base are filmed in like Vancouver or like Canada.
Yeah.
So was Romeo Must Die.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
I think they have one scene they were on the Bay Bridge when it was that
We'll recognize
DMX all person
a
was going to crawl, then I'm going to walk,
Then I'm
going
gonna
to stand,
eat. Then I got a phone call to make. Then I got a
What?
meeting. Then I got a Pilates. And then I got
Rest in peace, DMX, by the way,
Hey.
because you were a juggernaut.
one of the goats of all time,
Yeah,
dude.
don't even get me started. We can say that for the
We're
music
just
episode.
losing. We're losing all the goats. Right now.
But yeah, they were filming. I remember when I think her brother gets thrown out of the window. They found his body in the harbor. That wasn't San Francisco at all. It wasn't one bit.
I know. Yeah, you can. I can't recognize a single instance of them driving around, and then somehow they end up in the suburbs at this like really nice like mansion house.
That could be Tiburon.
Dude,
it
that could be fucking Marin County.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
fucking
that's reasonable to think. There's some. It could be mountain.
Saskatchewan, dog.
Mountain View. There's well, probably not that. I mean,
could be.
Could be. Online. But yeah. So I don't know what it is about. It's cheaper. That's why they filmed there.
I said that.
It's
Yeah.
cheaper. Did you say that?
No.
Okay. We'll make sure to note that. Edit that. Edit.
All right. What do we want to get into now? That's our background.
That's
where
the
we're from.
episode. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. I think it's next Tuesday at like 4 p.m. Really obscure times. We're gonna
2 a.m. we drop our
Yeah, why not?
eps.
We could be like the Midnight Society. Oh, that would be a badass name for a podcast, bro.
Look at
Midnight
Google
Society.
it right now.
Is
It's a
there
fucking
already some?
podcast. I promise
I
you.
feel like that's unfair. We should have had that name.
There's over 1 million registered podcasts, so we're pretty much shit out of luck unless we name it like the Dookie Butt
Why don't
Fuck a 2E podcast.
Why don't we just start throwing out names right now?
Hold on, word guess.
What?
Word guess. You ready? I'm gonna telekinesis a word into your brain.
Oh, okay. Onomatopoeia.
It was parrot.
How would I ever know that?
Cause I'm sending it into your brain.
Telekinesis isn't a thing.
It's not. Also, it's. I don't think I think that's moving objects with your brain.
Yeah.
I'm communicating telekinetically.
It's telepathically.
Telepathically to
Telepathic.
you.
See, we didn't catch
Let's
that.
try it again. Hemoglobin zero.
I'm the juggernaut.
It was
bitch?
parrot again. was Parrot.
I would have never have guessed that on both occasions. Even if you had
First of all,
put it in my mind the first time.
the second guess was multiple words. It was a sentence. It's word guess. You said a sentence.
What did I say?
You said, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But you were referencing the Juggernaut.
In what way?
Oh, you don't remember that part? When
Human Rising Zao.
Yeah.
That's a double reference. He's referencing Jackie Chan show.
I don't remember that at all.
Google it. You guys know Humo Gui Gui Rising Zao. Humo Gui Gui Rising Zao. Humo Gui Gui Rising Zao. That's what he got it from.
I thought he was just saying gibberish the entire time. I never watched the Jackie Chan show. You're talking about the cartoon, right?
Yes.
Was that on, like, WB?
It was on,
That'd be WB, right?
it was on fucking...
It was on after school. I remember it back in the day. But I never watched it. I never got into it.
It was the CW.
You sure it was CW?
That's now CW, I think. Isn't it
I remember
CW
the
now?
Batman. Remember Batman, the
Yeah, Batman
animated
was
series?
fire.
It was fire.
R.I.P. Dude just passed away. Did his voice on that.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. A couple months ago. A couple weeks ago. A couple months ago. Not great. Not ideal. Pretty sad. Pretty sad.
You know, we all
Guy's a legend.
hit the old dusty trail.
It's pretty wild how that dude and what's his name? Anakin Skywalker. No, it's not Anakin Skywalker. What's his name? I'm not a Star Wars fan.
I like it. I don't know enough about it.
I'm sorry, you guys. I know I'm gonna
I
get torn apart
watched
for this.
it. Yeah, you see, you just lost everybody.
I lost a big portion of our
Everyone
fans.
who was ever watching us from the first part was all Star Wars fans, and now we have nobody.
I'm sorry, I'm not a huge fan. I should know this stuff though.
We're gonna get canceled.
What's his name? He did the voice for the Joker on the animated series as well. Mark Hamill.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Absolutely fucking incredible.
I didn't
He's
know-
actually a fucking legend for that shit.
Yeah.
At like Comic Cons and stuff like that, people in that community.
I probably just found this out maybe a month ago that he was
Are
doing
you serious?
extensive
Voice work.
voice work.
He's incredible.
You know who
dude.
else was good? Was Uncle Phil. I don't remember his name. James.
James Gandolfini.
It wasn't him, but Uncle Phil from.
It starts with a G, damn near. I think it does.
We should probably know these things.
Garfield.
He was Shredder back in the day from the Ninja Turtles, the animated cartoons from the early '90s.
You're lying.
Yeah, you didn't
Was he
know
really?
that? Yeah.
I think you've told me that.
Look
before.
it up,
I think you
bro.
told me. Oroku Saki?
Great name. Great name.
Fire dog.
Great name.
Fire dog.
Speaking of which,
Philip Banks.
Yeah, well, that was from the show. You idiot.
I'm so sorry.
So I said
I just looked down and saw.
Uncle Phil.
I just saw his name. James Avery.
There it is. Yeah, see, I got the James part. I was so terrible with names.
Dog. His name's Philip Banks.
Philip
dude.
Banks, dude.
We should have just went with that.
Oh, the great Philip Banks. Rest in peace. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, R.I.P. dude. What do you know what? You think Will Smith lost his way without Phil around? You think he'd beat the shit out of him right now?
No, because Will Smith is a very successful multimillionaire who has his own life, can live it in the way that he sees fit. So, I just think that he took some L.
I swear to God, I've not seen somebody fall off so hard. Will Smith used to be like Pursuit
Golden
of
Child.
Happiness.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Watch Pursuit of Happiness. He's an incredible actor. I Am Legend. Will Smith was the dude in Hollywood for a minute. And they go through this progression in Hollywood when you have the it guy. It was Tom Holland recently, and then who's the Venom cat? Who plays Venom?
Is that Tom Hardy?
Yeah,
right?
They got a hard
Tom
on for
Hardy?
Toms.
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Cruise?
Tom Gandolfini.
I don't think that's his name.
But no,
I'm probably
no.
watching right now. I see.
Pretty big. He was the it guy. He was iRobot. Like, he was pumping out fucking movies.
Yeah.
And then it came to a where does it end? It comes to a point where it kind of ends for you. Is it an age thing?
No.
Is it a movie pick?
No, because Tom Hanks has persevered through time.
No, that's not. But Tom Hanks was the it guy at one point. Tom Hanks was making big and fucking chicks who wanted to fuck a child apparently, and then Go watch Big. Go watch Big again, you guys, and go watch that.
Oh, they're
lady.
talking about Epstein or something like that. I was
No,
like, was he
no,
on
no.
the list? He's on the list.
Go
bro?
watch Big again, you guys. But these guys, they're all Kurt Russell, Kurt Swayze, Patrick Russell. You know
Well,
what
I think everyone has their
They
heydays
have
and
their time.
Well, Will Smith was a juggernaut. I just think what fell off was the weird situation he got in with the wife, right, with Jada. That was an odd situation.
Do you think that's just their own mistakes in doing?
Look,
Do you think somebody's pulling strings behind and saying,
I
"Let's
don't
make
know.
this public"?
I don't know. Like at the end of the day, that's none of our business. And
It's not,
I
it's
hate
not.
getting into people.
I love Will Smith.
They did air it. They did post it and put it on blast. And I love Will Smith too.
He's amazing, dude.
And I still don't overjudge him for going up and smacking Chris Rock, but it was so out of pocket.
That's a mental break.
And I
dude.
understand that your wife is being made fun of about a sensitive subject, but everyone gets made fun of. Everyone gets brutally made fun
You're
of.
front row.
And to do that in front of everyone, you
With
could have pulled him
Chris
aside
Rock.
and say, "Hey, you know what? Don't do that again." Or there was a better way to handle that. And you know what? To be honest, though, that could all be a thing. That could all be staged.
100%.
Make yourself relevant. Turn it
People
to
still
a new
question
stone.
that slap.
I don't.
People question.
I
that
don't.
slap.
I don't put it past Hollywood to put on some kind of big charade or some kind of front to either stay relevant, be relevant, or to boost sales of anything you're doing. Now, Chris Rock has a huge comedy show on Netflix or a comedy special.
It was terrible.
That's already getting a lot of either criticism or praise, and now Will Smith is saying he's hurt by the fact that you knew it was coming. You knew it was going to come.
Well, that's
you
the-
knew he was.
I-
He
yeah,
has-
screw these
Chris Rock has a
people.
huge platform.
These are
He's
people
absolutely
with
hilarious.
stupid amounts of
He's
money
a titan
acting
in
like
comedy.
fucking idiots,
Yeah, so
dude.
like you knew it was coming. So to say you feel hurt, well, I'm sure Chris Rock feels humiliated and hurt that you walked up on stage while he's hosting and smacking him in the face, assaulting him. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for Will Smith. He also doesn't feel bad for me. He's never going to see this. He doesn't know who the fuck I am. The guy has an amazing life. Lives in Malibu. I'm sure Will Smith could give 2 cents of what fucking I think about the situation.
I don't know. He looks pretty miserable all the time now. I hope you're good. If you see this, Will, reach out to me. Dog.
And you can come on. You should come
come on
on
the show
and come on
We
the show.
can't do that. They do that on the Low Pro podcast all the time. Come on the show.
Yeah, why not?
We'll talk about England, like in general, the country of England or something, and they'll go, England, come on, show.
You come out and hang out with us. We'll welcome you.
So, anyways, R.I.P. Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a bigger presence. Oddly enough, social media wise, obviously. I will be running a lot of the IG page. I will be running a lot of the YouTube channel as well. So there's going to be a lot of growing pains. There's going to be, obviously that's where a lot of our content's going to be. Obviously, we're going to get on Spotify. I got to figure that out, but look for this on YouTube. Look for join the Baker Bro at the Baker Bro Show on IG. The link to our YouTube channel is on there. There's going to be a lot of content coming out. We're also going to have a second show, a second podcast that is specifically about music. We grew up, again, I think in the greatest, one of the greatest music eras of all time. The 90s were
couldn't agree more.
untouchable for what they were offering during that time.
Every way.
The hip-hop, the grunge music, we're huge fans, obviously, growing up in that time. So it's nostalgic for us. We're going to be doing that second podcast for that. So look out for that as well. You're going to find that in the same place. It will eventually be a specific name for it. For now, we're just going to list it as a second, shorter version of this type of setup. It's just going to be about music. So look out for that. Again, it is... Let me see here. We are on IG as at Baker Bro Show. The Baker Bro Show on IG. And then on YouTube, we are, again, Baker Bro Show. So go check it out. Check the links. Join our journey. We're going to be building a lot. And we want you guys to be there for it. We appreciate you guys tuning in.